Shalom. Shalom, Brother Robert. All right, everyone. I'm going to start class now. I'm Sister Kayla. It's good to see everyone here tonight. Um, Feel free to take notes. This class will be, I'll be going through things very simply. It's not going to be very complicated. We're just going to start getting acquainted with Midjourney today. We're going to be learning the basics, prompt engineering, the simplistics of prompts. So what I'll do is I'll start by sharing my screen. And if you guys can all pull up Midjourney, if you can't, that's okay. You can always uh, you can always look at the recording later if you're not by your computer. But if you are, we'll get started. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so I'm just in my own little art room on Midjourney. Um, Let me see what this person is. Okay. So right here, we're going to go over the basics. If the guys can all see my screen, you'll see the little message general tab right here at the bottom. And that's where you're going to be entering all of your prompts. And every prompt is going to start out with a backslash, and normally it'll just pop up. So every time you want to create something, you're going to click on that backslash. This little menu will pull up, and it'll be Imagine prompt. So if you click on Imagine right here, it'll automatically put in this little text right here. And you see that little blinking cursor right here? That's where you're going to start typing. So let me give an example of something that I have written down right now, and I will copy and paste it. And this will be for a general photorealism image. And I'll paste it in here so you can delete these quotation marks. And right now this prompt is simple, and we can add something in the beginning to outline what we want. So the subject that we'll be working with right now is people. And that's what I wanted to focus on with this class at first. So you start using people as subjects, and then it gets easier and easier once you want to expand on more like landscapes, other things that you can make, scenes and in different places in the world. So right now we're just going to get started with people. So for us in Midjourney, when we want to focus our goals to put our people in a better light, in a positive light, create positive imagery, what we want to do is be specific with the AI, because we have found out that this AI can be very racist. So if you just put a beautiful woman, it'll automatically give you a white woman. And that's not what we want. So now we're going to start with certain keywords, like you'll have to use dark skinned, you'll have to use ebony, and that's what we'll use right now. So I will put dark skin, ebony, and you have to combine those words sometimes or else they won't give you what you want. A dark skin, ebony woman in her 40s with long braids, comma, she is sitting next to a beautiful ocean. She is dressed in a red flowing gown, modest. And then these keywords here: 4K, ultra realistic, cinematic lighting, detailed skin texture, realistic portraits, fashion, product shots. So I can get rid of the product dot because we don't need that. And we don't need portraits. And then if you want to add more of a dramatic flair to your picture, it'll make it more realistic. You can even add award-winning photography, and it will make the subject a lot more realistic than if you didn't add that. So, and what comes last is the aspect ratio that you want to add. So let's say you're making a a post for YouTube in the community section. Big Levi does that a lot, and he uses just a regular 1:1 aspect ratio. You don't have to put anything at the end if you want it to be a perfect square. But if you want it to be a landscape like you've seen in the Sacrament video or the Sacrament movie album, you'll do this. You'll need to write a -AR, which stands for aspect ratio. Hit the space bar, put in the dimensions 16, colon, and the number 9. And then we'll hit enter. And that's when Midjourney will come up with 4 images. And let me change my settings real quick so the next time I give an example, you guys won't have to wait that long. All right, settings. We will go with turbo mode. Yeah. So also, I wanted to go up here. If you guys haven't experimented very much with Midjourney so far, I want you guys to go and navigate to the settings tab, which is you just put backslash, and then you'll find settings right here. In the settings, you'll see this model drop-down menu. A lot of you, if you guys haven't signed up or well, yeah, I think signed up for Model 7, you'll be with Model 6.1, which is just the default for now. But I think you guys have to go through a pretty lengthy process on achieving Model 7, which they make you scroll through all these images and pick which ones you like the best. So I know that it's going to take a long time. It'll probably take you like 5-6 minutes to go through everything. But right now, we'll be working with Model 7. So if you haven't already done so, that'll be part of the homework for tonight. But there's Niji, which is anime. So if you click on this model, all of your images will be focused towards the anime style. If you go to Midjourney Model 6, which is really great, you'll get really crisp, clear visuals, lots of great colors. 6.1 is even better, so more crisp visuals, realistic landscapes and faces. And Model 7 is by far the best that they've come up with. And then you can choose these modes right here. If you look, you'll see stylized low, which is not very crisp, not very clear. Stylized medium, stylized high, and stylized very high. The higher you go, unfortunately, the more credits and more credit hours that they'll ask from you and they'll take from you. So normally I switch between high and very high, but if I really, really want like a really popping image, a really dramatic image, I'll go and click stylized very high. Personalization, you don't need to pay attention to that. Public mode is either making your images on Midjourney public or private. I have mine on public mode. Remix mode, I do have that option checked because in remix mode, they'll allow you to change and edit the image using different keywords. So if you don't like, let's say they give you a boat in the background and you just wanted an ocean and a woman sitting by the ocean, you'll get a boat in the background. You can, with remix mode, you can go back and you can erase that and take it out. You just have to type in remove boat. And then the strong variation mode, I recommend that you guys check this because they'll give you a whole bunch of different variations instead of like 4 of the exact same one. Subtle variation mode is the image really doesn't change too much, but it's still, it's still a good option. So I have mine on turbo mode, which it costs a lot more credit hours. Fast mode, usually I work with that. And then relax mode is, I guess your images will probably take like 5 to 10 minutes to generate. In fast mode, they'll take about a minute, and then turbo mode, just a few seconds. All right. Okay, so for the image that we generated here of the woman sitting by a beach, they captured her on a rock, and they gave us what we wanted. You could probably change her skin color if you wanted it darker. Like I said before, the AI has been programmed to generate pictures of white women, white men. That's just something that we can't control, but we can keep going through and editing and using keywords like, here, let me go back. This remix button here is an edit button, and you can go back and change your prompt. So if you don't like something in this photo, you can add or take away. So dark skin. See, they didn't give me a very dark skinned woman in this photo using this prompt. So I would probably take this part out. Start with ebony woman with very dark skin, comma, in her 40s with long braids. She is sitting next to a beautiful ocean. Okay, so let's try that and see if that gives us any better results.
My program here. I don't know. I'd like to
Okay. So it really didn't change too much. And that's the thing with this AI, it's trial and error. And try not to get frustrated. I know it'll take some time to get the image that you really want, but it's you keep trying, and then it'll happen. So let's change a few things. If I wanted to do a black and white version of this, what I would do is I would copy what I had in the previous prompt, and then I would go here back to Imagine, paste everything in the prompt field, and then I would add keywords like monochrome, black and white, and that's what I would do. I would delete red dress or red flowing gown. She is dressed in a flowing gown. I could say white. In a white flowing gown, modest, 4K ultra realistic cinematic lighting. And then if I wanted to give some weight to her and make her look healthy, I would then go and say, I had tried things like plus size before. I had tried, words that would indicate, she has more meat on her. I just didn't find that very helpful. So what I did find helpful was putting in a weight, and then you would have to exaggerate that weight because the AI it gives you white skinny women, and that's just the standard that it has, unfortunately. So what you would have to do is say 250 pounds, and then they'll give you a more healthier looking woman. And honestly, they really didn't change very much at all. So you might have to even increase the weight and add some wording that would indicate that she is heavier. So let's just try 350 and see what it does. Heavy size. All right. So we really didn't change that much, just adding keywords to indicate that we don't want a skinny person. Shalom, Brother Joshua Music.
Shalom, everybody.
Okay. So even in this case, it didn't give us what we wanted. It's frustrating sometimes, but it's just trial and error. So just keep that in mind. You're going to want to sometimes kill this AI at times, but just try to be patient and do your best. So we'll try this again. I might have to do this all over instead of going back to remix. So what I'll do is just do the imagine prompt field again, click paste with long braids, 350 pounds, heavy set. You see it sitting next to a beautiful ocean. And sometimes you have to use keywords like morbidly obese in order to get even a healthy looking person. So let's try that. All right. Okay, so I see something that's a little bit better this time. And just using those keywords, it didn't even give you a morbidly obese person. It just shows you how much they've trained this AI to adhere to the white woman standards and the standards of beauty that this backward, wayward world has right now. Um, so it gave us a very healthy, beautiful woman. It didn't give her dark skin though, which is an issue. Um, but you can keep trying. You can use keywords like sometimes I had to use Vanta Black, the keyword Vanta Black, and I'll show you what that's how that's spelled. Vanta Black. So one word, and this will give you this gave me very, very dark onyx black skin before, and it was gorgeous. So I'll try that next prompt. And let's switch to a man this time. And we'll focus on the monochrome black and white for now. So let's see, a dark, no, a muscular onyx skin warrior with dreadlocks and a full beard standing in front of a Byzantine castle, comma. He is clad in Byzantine armor. He is holding a giant spear, no, giant staff in his hand. Monochrome, black and white, ultra realistic, award winning photography. And then let's leave this as a perfect square so we won't have to enter in an aspect ratio for this one. So hit enter and see what that gives us. Okay. So in this one, see they gave us a man with Caucasian features at the bottom. You can kind of see that it doesn't really look a lot like our people do. The top one does, and the third one. But this one and this one don't really. So what you would do, let's say you wanted to upscale the one that you really liked. Let's say we liked the first one. You would hit this button right here. Upscale 1. The U stands for upscale, and the 1 stands for image number 1. And the fields underneath, this V stands for variation. So if you like the style and you liked the character, what you would do, but you weren't satisfied with the image, is something that you wanted to keep, practicing or keep giving you generations, you would click the V one. And let's do that. So I can give you an example. So it sort of kept the same, feeling, the same character, but it did give him a little bit of a different look in each photo, as you can see. And if you like, let's say we liked 3 right here, image number 3, you're satisfied with that one, you go find U3, which is upscale image 3. You click on that one and it will upscale it for you. And if you want it to be super clear and crisp, what you would do is you would click on the upscale subtle option right here. Upscale creative is a little bit different. It'll upscale the image, but it'll add more to the image. So I'll give you an example of both. Upscale subtle will upscale the exact photo that you see here, which will take a little bit of time. Upscale creative will add to the image, but it won't change it too much. Vary, with the magic wand right here, very subtle will give you a different variation of the image, but it will keep its integrity. And then very strong will give you almost it's going to be in the same category, but it will be very different from the original. And you can also zoom out 2 times and zoom out 1.5 times too. So if you wanted to capture more of the image, you wanted to see more of the character's body, the more of the character's clothing, you can zoom out 2 times or zoom out 1.5 times. So it's almost done upscaling. And then I'll give you the upscale creative option too. Okay. All right. So this upscale is done. You can see the very fine details on his skin, the details on the staff, the details on his armor, his hair. It turned out very nice. Okay. And while we're waiting for this one, let's go and try something else. Okay. So let's try a different setting with children. Okay. A group of 7, oops, 7-year-old children sitting happily outside an ice cream shop. They are happy and joyful and smiling. Some of them have braids and some of them have short hair. Beautiful outdoor lighting with flowers nearby. And let's do aspect ratio 16:9. Okay. All right, so yeah, what I didn't add was what type of children I wanted to see. So let's try that again. Copy. Imagine group of small children. I'll type the word ebony here. 7-year-old children with brown skin. Sitting happily outside an ice cream shop. And for this one, let's try to add the keyword zoom out at a high angle. That's a nice family photo right here. Yeah. Yes, it's important to add expressions on the people too. That's what I wanted to tell you. It's very important that when we're making pictures for our people, we add the smiling, the happy, the joyful. Otherwise, if you don't specify what expression that you want the AI to generate for you, it'll just give you a real solemn, blank, unhappy expression, sometimes very serious. So we want to make, keep ourselves in a high vibration and focus on the happiness and the joy that we're feeling at the moment and the peace that we have right now. All right. Let's try again. Let's do the same one, but change up the setting and switch to black and white. Group of ebony 7-year-old children with brown skin sitting happily outside. Sitting happily in a beautiful mansion. They are happy and joyful and smiling. Some of them have braids and some of them have short hair. Beautiful, soft lighting. Lighting, opulent. Oh, opulent furniture and decoration. Zoom out at a high angle. Let's get rid of the high angle. Put zoom out. Okay, so I see it gave us some anime, some cartoons too, which is nice. I like all of these. These are very nice. And it put them in a, maybe let's say like an older time period, it looks like. So I'll save the second one, which is U2, and U4, which is the cartoon one. And remember, if you like an image, it's always good to upscale subtle. And let's see what upscale creative guy gave us before. Okay, so this was upscale creative, I believe. It added some color here, but just here. If you do creative, it's kind of like a hit or miss. Sometimes they generate nice, sometimes they don't. But upscale creative is a little bit more inconsistent compared to the subtle. You never know what you're going to get with upscale creative. So I don't know why it just made his nose brown. I don't know. Sometimes it'll add like birds in the sky. Sometimes it'll add fire. Sometimes it'll add color, but I don't know what happened here. So that was the original image, and I would keep that one.
Use characters.
Okay, great. So these both came out very nice, very detailed, very clear. And then, of course, you right click if you want to save them, and then you just make a folder for each project that you do. You save them to the destination that you want to save them to, and then you're good to go. So again, and we'll go with a different style. So if you want to make a painting style, this is what you'll do. So for here, if you wanted to make an oil painting style, you have to add keywords like impasto brushstrokes, Baroque, chiaroscuro, and the style of whatever artist that you want. So I went with Kehinde Wiley. Their work is very good. So before, let's see, an oil painting, and then you'll insert of what you want. So an oil painting of a beautiful ebony family, a mother, father, and daughter in an 1800s setting. They are posing next to each other.
Well, you able to see what? No, she's just trying to.
Close proximity.
Come up. That's what
I can mute this. Close proximity. Joyful expression. And we'll keep the aspect ratio of 16:9. That way we can always see a bigger screen, a bigger scene. And it gave us the exact style of the artist. I like all of them. So we'll save upscale image 1, and then let's upscale 4. You see, I'm not sure if you can totally see with a regular image, without it being upscaled, it's sort of blurry. You can't really see a lot of the brushstroke detail. We can fix that by upscaling it subtle. This one is not too bad. You can see the brushstrokes, you can see the lighting on the canvas. It's very, very detailed, very nice, but we'll still upscale it anyway, just because it's such a huge difference between the original and the upscaled image. And I'll give you an example of the Niji setting too. The children in class really love this setting. So we'll go to Niji model thick. Okay, great. So let's go to imagine again and type in the prompt field. Norma, what would your daughter like me to like to see?
Make me with this hair pigtails and make me with overalls and make me eating some mac and cheese at the table.
Mac and cheese. You know that I can in order to make you particularly, I would need a photo of you.
Okay.
That's something that you guys will find helpful too. And I'll give you an example of that. If you wanted to cross-reference, like let's say a personal photo or an image of someone else or a setting, you can pretty much cross-reference anything. What you would need to do is have that file, that photo, downloaded to your computer, saved and everything. In order to access the photo, you would have to paste it into this message space where you put the prompt in every time. And let's say, and you would have to paste it as a link. Let me get you an example of that. Let me find an image where I had before. Okay, this character right here, for example. Go and get the link. You would have to right click right here on the image, and you would copy the link to that image. You would scroll down, go into the Imagine prompt field again, right click again, and paste that long URL into this field. And then you would say, let's put that character in. I think it'll generate something very similar to that character, including the setting. So if you wanted to make your own character, like let's say you wanted to take a photo of you, you would want to take a picture of yourself in a white room or, a gray room or something with not a lot of furniture and not a lot of stuff behind you. And then you would have that image and you would paste it in here, and you can put yourself in any scene, but just as long as you have minimal furniture and not a lot of loud colors in the background. So let's put this character in the same plate. But what can we do? We can add man is standing at a mountain edge. Let's see what that gives us. Oh, we're in Niji mode. That's why it gave us a sort of cartoonish looking character. Okay. Okay, that's why. All right. So I'm going to go back and pretty much try to put what Norma's daughter just said. She said, okay, so a beautiful. How old are you, sweetie?
9.
9. Okay.
Pass.
Beautiful 9-year-old ebony girl with 2 pigtail braids, 2, let's see, medium length pigtail braids, with pink. Once I add pink bows up, he is happily sitting at a cozy dining room table, eating a big bowl of mac and cheese. He is wearing blue denim overalls and a white t-shirt underneath. Happy setting, bright colors, bright lighting. Award-winning photography, AR 69. See what happens. Okay, so the second image, I don't know what happened there, but they show her mid-eating, mid-bite. The first one has kind of creepy eyes. They're a little bit too big. The third image is cute. I like that one.
I like it too.
Yeah, that one's nice. And that one's cute too. I love the last two are good. I'm not sure what happened here. So let's upscale the third and the fourth. Upscale subtle. And then fourth image. Upscale. And sometimes it'll give you these black lines. I think when we do the aspect ratio in a 16:9, sometimes it'll give you these dark black lines up here, like a film sort of thing. You can always get rid of those by cropping the image in a different app like Canva, which we use a lot. So if you guys want to download Canva, I recommend it. But you can edit images, you can upscale them, you can add different elements, different effects and stuff. If you wanted to place fire in an image, you wanted to place stars in an image or anything really on any nature clip art, you can always go and download Canva and you can use that to crop your pictures, upscale pictures, and add things. Okay. So that's the first picture that we had upscaled, which turned out nice. And a lot of the time, I know AI isn't like super consistent with limbs. Sometimes you'll have missing fingers, missing toes in images too. You'll just have to, keep generating and keep trying in order to get the image that you want, but sometimes the AI will add more fingers and take away. So you got to try to pay attention to that too. And and that spoon, that was a weird utensil that they have. See, it looks like a spoon, but then it extends into something different. Okay. Okay, and with this one, that was nice. This one's good. I don't see anything out of the ordinary in that one. That one turned out nice. Thank you for giving me an example. I appreciate that. All right.
You're welcome. And
Did you want to say something else?
yes, please.
Go ahead.
Okay. I want a character of me again running and playing with on the slide and I wanted to move.
Oh, she's talking about the video.
Oh, okay. That's well, if you take the advanced class, I'll teach you how to do that. And unfortunately, in Midjourney, you can't make anything move. But in Leonardo, you can add motion to images, and we'll be studying Leonardo next week, the week after that, and the week after that. So we'll show you how to do that. Both me and Yehoshua will be able to teach you how to do that. Um,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Okay, let's go back to Imagine, and you said the beautiful 9-year-old girl with two medium and pigtail braids with pink bows on top, happily sliding down a huge blue playground slide. Immense joy. Surrounded by lush flowers, so flowers, bushes, and trees. Daylight, sunlight, a few puffy clouds, and then dash dash AR 16:9. Okay, so I didn't specify the skin tone. So let's try again. That was my bad. Okay, so they gave us what we wanted, really. It's just the character doesn't look, she looks too, I guess, too Caucasian, I guess. Um, so let's change up our wording. Beautiful 9-year-old girl, two medium length pigtail braids. Let's see if we can add, let's see if the keyword award-winning photography would make any difference in this case, even though we're still in Niji mode. Okay. Okay, so that really didn't do too much. It actually kind of got worse. All right, let's take it off of Niji mode and see what we get with reality mode here. We'll switch back to version 7, leave all the settings the same, and then copy and paste. See, that's not okay. I don't know what dark reality this is from, but they gave us a weird Alice in Wonderland, apocalyptic maybe, but still, I don't understand what this is. but you'll get things like this a lot. So be prepared. This is not okay. Yeah, I don't like that. We'll try something different. Let's delete this whole thing right here. Delete. Okay. All right. Oh wow. 6:50 already. What I did want to share with you guys is, since we're focusing on people today, and your homework tonight will be to create 5 to 10 images. If you're going to do 10, do 5 black and white and then 5 in color. That will give you a good balance on the different styles, the color schemes and things. And you can even add keywords like neon colors or pastel colors. And you can do those in any style that you want. I know I had sent the PDF for today's class, and there was a little tiny section of styles and prompt techniques. I want you guys to reference those. I want you to reference those and kind of play around and with all of them, like photorealism, painting, anime, black and white, graffiti street art, cyberpunk futurism, watercolor sketch, and surrealism. Play around with all those different styles in black and white or color or both, and pick your favorites, pick your best ones. I wanted to give you one more example of a futuristic scene with futuristic people. All right, so a futuristic setting with an ebony man with a beard and short hair standing next to a ebony woman with an afro hairstyle. They are dressed in neon futuristic suits. Let's put super suits. Super suits. And surrounded by futuristic technology and a gigantic super lab, neon colors or vivid neon colors. Neon colors, ultra realistic, surrealism, and that's it. AR aspect ratio 16:9. And this is what they gave us. So it is pretty cool when you use the surrealism combined with the futuristic, and the immense detail that it gave. So let's upscale. Let's just upscale 2 and 4. And sometimes if you do a combination, let's say a group photo, and you specify a man and a woman or multiple men, multiple women, a lot of the times the AI will make the men very feminine. It'll give them very feminine eyes, sometimes makeup. You know how they are. It's pretty bad. So just want to warn you guys and be aware of that. And you even might need to include words like masculine, broad, burly, that sort of thing, the keywords. And I'll send you guys, I'll type a Midjourney cheat sheet for you, giving you all of the helping words, the keywords that you need to use in certain prompts and things. And I'll just send that over once class is done, along with the recording. So let's see how this one turned out. See, he kind of has a very feminine sort of stare going on there. Lipstick even. No. And that one turned out pretty good. I like that one. Yeah, it's amazing to see what the AI will come up with just a few words, you know. So I don't know what kind of suit this is, but it's definitely a suit that I would want to wear. And they have like a truck, train, sort of space capsule thing in the background too. I don't know what it is, but pretty cool. So, does anyone have any questions up to this point? I hope I wasn't going too fast. And I will make sure that I send the recording to you guys after this too. It will be available in its own little podcast playlist on my YouTube channel, Esoteric Echoes. And so it'll just be made available for those with the link. So feel free to go back and watch it. It'll be available probably maybe an hour or so after class ends. And then I'll also send over cheat sheets and other videos that I made with different classes, the classes that were before you guys, because we're only going over Midjourney today. There's so much more to it. But we wanted to focus on Leonardo more because Leonardo has more options. It has more, it's way more complex than Midjourney is by far. So that's why we needed the second, third, and fourth week to really focus on it, because both me and Brother Yoshua will be able to guide you guys through that and get you guys more acquainted with it, because it does take practice. And it's going to take you guys doing these homeworks and doing a lot of work on your own, a lot of practice on your own to really get 100% acquainted with it. Because for me, it took me about a month to really get fully acquainted with Leonardo. I saw the work that the brother was doing, and I was in awe of it because he created so many beautiful images for his videos, his music videos and stuff. And I had to get into it too, and we wanted to share it with you. So I'll send you all the Midjourney videos that I have made, and you guys can view them at your leisure. And now is the time for questions if you have any.
Yes, hi, how are you? I have a question.
Shalom, sis.
Hi. Okay, so for the Midjourney, I've never even been in Midjourney before. So because I'm seeing it has subscription. So what is the best subscription, or is there a free trial, or?
Yes, there is, sister. There's if you sign up with Midjourney, it'll navigate you to like a newbie room, I think. There's a menu on the side. Let's see if you guys can still see my Midjourney screen, right?
Right.
Okay. Let's go to Midjourney. Do you see this tab here? There's newbie rooms for newcomers. I'll go to newbies 144 because 144, yes.
Okay, I'm at midjourney.com/account, and I don't know if that's the same as where you are, but the front page gives me, you already have a subscription? And
okay. Okay, you already have a subscription. The little
no. It's saying, do you already have a subscription? So that's what I'm asking about, the best subscription, or is there a free version that you can go in to try? or, because I don't want to spend a lot of money on Midjourney, and then we're going to do the other one that we're going to be in more so the Midjourney.
Absolutely. And it's all tailored to your own preferences. Some people really love only using Midjourney because of the images and the styles that they like. But Leonardo does give you really great images, but Midjourney, if you want that ultra realistic, like photo realistic sort of thing, Midjourney is the best for that. And you can sign up for free. All you have to do is navigate to a newcomer room or type in a prompt, and it will give you those images. But in order to use those images, Midjourney will tell you if you want to use them commercially. Let's say you wanted to make a website, you wanted to make a brand or something to promote your product. Commercially, you'll have to buy a subscription. And the subscription that I recommend for everyone would be the $9.99 a month. And sometimes like I went and got the full, like the highest one before because I was making so much artwork that I needed to. But I do recommend the $9.99 a month subscription.
Okay, now is it possible for you to send the link, because I don't even see a $9.99. It says $8, $24, $48, $96.
Sign up for the lowest one, the $8 one.
Okay, all right, that's all I need to see. And so all the little bells and whistles that you used on your tutorials, I can use with the $8 one?
Absolutely.
Okay, and the limit, it says limited. So is it limited to pictures, limited to hours, limited to,
They say that they're credit hours. I don't even know how they calculate them, but when you use it and you keep using it, eventually they're going to tell you, oh, you ran out of credit hours.
Okay.
You can either purchase more credit hours, and some like 1 or 2 credit hours are like $4 or $8. It all depends.
Okay. And the hours are literal hours, correct?
Yes, I think so. I've Googled on how they go by their tokens or hours or whatever, and they still don't even specify exactly how they're calculated.
Okay.
But the thing is if you have a lot of time on your hands and don't mind waiting for your images to generate a little bit slower, what you'll do is you'll navigate over to settings, and then you'll go to, you can stylize medium or stylize high. You could leave it however you want. Stylize medium, I guess, uses less credit hours than a high or very high. And then I have mine on turbo mode just for an example for class. And then you can go to relax mode, and that means you can generate a lot more images, but you'll just have to wait a little bit longer for them to generate.
Okay, that's perfect. Thank you for that.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Does anyone else have any questions?
Hi, Killa. On Midjourney, there's the $8. It's only show $8 if you're going to do it yearly. But if you click on the monthly one, it's going to show you the $10.
Oh, okay. Thank you for clearing that up. It's been so long.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what it is. It's not $8 because they already automatically put it on the yearly because they want you to.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to say that.
Okay.
I did subscribe to them, like per se, like download them on my computer, but I didn't pay for any yet because I'm not sure which one did I really need to pay for, and I didn't want to go ahead and pay for something and we're not ready to use it yet. So I'm glad you told us that it's the $9.91 for the Midjourney. So what for Leonardo, because we're going to be using that a lot as well. Which one do you suggest that we use as well?
The lowest tier.
Okay, always. Okay.
Always the lowest tier for now. And you'll end up, if you really, really love creating AI art, you'll always end up getting to the more expensive tiers.
Okay, perfect. So I sell herbs, and I kind of wanted to use some of those moving pictures to, like, show them what the herb is like, blah, 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 all of that. So would you suggest that Leonardo is a better way to go?
Yes.
Okay, and then all I have to do is to just upload like the product, the bottle or something like that, and then it will just talk about it. Or I just have to upload my picture and for it to show my face speaking on it.
Yes. it's for the like interactive AI, what you want to do, like you as a person, I recommend using Leonardo for the brand, and also generating a character with Leonardo too, using image to image, and we'll get there. We'll get there in week 2 and week 3, and we'll elaborate more on how to do that, because the brother and I do a lot of things like that too. So you'll need a program called Kling too. And I was gonna go over that in the advanced class because that's something that we'll touch on there.
I'll wait for it. I was asking right now so I can know in advance. So
Okay.
yes, I'll wait for it because I know the class has its step 1, the levels.
Okay.
So thank you so much.
You're welcome. If no one has any other questions, you guys are free to go. The homework is posted in the PDF that I had emailed you guys earlier. Just simple, create 5 or 10 images of both black and white and color to your best ability, and just do your best, okay?
Can you give us your YouTube channel again?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Let me get the link for you. I'll post the link in the chat. Oh. There we go. And also, oh no, I just sent it to Sister Norma only. Unfortunately, let's see. Let's go to meeting group chat and then I'll do it again. And also, if you need me for any reason, if you have questions, if you run into a snag or anything is concerning or confusing, please don't hesitate to text me anytime on WhatsApp, and I'll put my number here for you. Please don't hesitate. You're welcome, sister. Thank you guys all for being here tonight, gathering with us. Like I said before, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me anytime, okay? And we'll see you guys next week, and I'm looking forward to all of your homework. Shalom, everyone.
Okay, Shalom.
Have a
Thank
good
you.
night.
Shalom.
Shalom. Have a good day, everyone.
Goodbye.